Master the secrets of wealth with these money habits. Managing money isn't just about numbers, it's also about the mindset and habits you develop. Over the past 10 years, I've studied finance, become an accountant, and worked in investment banking. I've learned much about managing money, recognizing bad habits, and breaking them during this time. Interestingly, many of these principles can be found in ancient Indian mythology, which offers timeless lessons on how to live a successful and meaningful life. In this article, I will discuss 9 everyday money habits that keep people from being financially successful and how you can break free from them, along with a story from Indian mythology that beautifully ties into these lessons. Before we dive into the habits, let me share a story from Indian mythology that perfectly illustrates the power of proper priorities and the importance of balance, which directly ties into managing money wisely. Satyabhama, Lord Krishna's proud and wealthy wife, once boasted that her love for Krishna was unmatched and could be measured by her vast wealth. In response, Narada, a celestial sage, suggested a Tulabharam, a weighing ceremony where Krishna would sit on one side of a scale and Satyabhama could place her wealth on the other to balance it. Satyabhama placed all her wealth, gold, jewels and treasures, on the scale, but it didn't budge. Realizing that her material wealth was insufficient, she grew anxious. Finally, Rukmini, another wife of Krishna, placed a single tulsi, or basil, leaf on the scale with true devotion. Miraculously, the scale tipped in favor of the leaf, showing that love, devotion, and proper priorities outweigh material wealth. This story reminds us that true wealth isn't just about money, but about balancing values, priorities, and the right habits. One of the biggest mistakes people make with money is paying themselves last. Like Satyabhama, who initially focused on material wealth, many people prioritize paying bills, buying things, and spending money on entertainment before considering saving. They believe they'll save whatever is left, but often, there's nothing left to save. Instead, the habit of paying yourself first is essential. This means saving at least 10% of your income as soon as you get paid, just like Rukmini's act of placing the tulsi leaf on the scale first, prioritizing devotion over material wealth. Doing this ensures that you're building your savings and securing your future before spending on other things. Another bad habit is getting too comfortable with debt, similar to how Satyabhama relied too much on her material wealth. Many people use debt to buy even the smallest things, like clothes or gadgets. But here's a simple rule. If you can't afford to buy something with cash, you shouldn't buy it with debt. Credit card companies benefit when you spend more than you have, just like Satyabhama thought her wealth alone could balance the scale. The average interest rate on credit cards is 18%, which makes anything you buy much more expensive if you can't pay it off in time. To avoid falling into this trap, focus on living within your means and avoiding unnecessary debt. Build an emergency fund. It's important to save enough money to create a buffer or emergency fund, just like how Rukmini's small act of devotion created balance. This fund can cover your expenses for 3 to 6 months, giving you peace of mind because you know you have money set aside if something unexpected happens. To build this buffer, save at least 10% of your income first. Once you have your emergency fund, you can save money for investments. Know your income and expenses. To manage your money well, You need to know how much you earn and how much you spend, similar to how Rukmini understood the true value of devotion over material wealth. There's something called lifestyle inflation, which means that as you start making more money, you also start spending more, leading to financial trouble if you're not careful. Using a budget tracker can help you keep track of your income, how much you're saving, and what you're spending on bills, rent, debt payments, and other expenses. This will help you control your finances and ensure you're saving enough for the future. Keep track of your budget. It's important to regularly check your budget, at least every 3 months. Set aside time, maybe on a Saturday night, to review your finances. People who know exactly where their money is going, what they own, that is their assets, and what they owe, their liabilities, are likelier to reach their financial goals and build wealth. Just like how Rukmini achieved balance by understanding and prioritizing what truly mattered. Dreaming about money isn't enough. You need a clear plan and steps to make it happen. Avoid expensive hobbies. Another bad money habit is having expensive hobbies. Many people love to shop. Sometimes this is called retail therapy because it makes them feel better. However, big companies and social media often encourage us to spend money on things we don't need. Just like how Satyabhama focused on accumulating wealth. Instead, saving and investing for the future is a wiser choice, akin to placing the tulsi leaf on the scale with intention and purpose. Don't focus only on saving. While saving money is important, it's not the only way to improve your finances. You also need to think about making more money. This could mean finding ways to increase your income or starting a side business. The best approach is to both save and find ways to earn more. Just as Rukmini's small act of devotion had a huge impact, finding small ways to increase your income can have significant results. You can't build wealth by making more money and then spending it all. But you also won't get rich by only saving, because there's a limit to how much you can save. Be smart about taxes. Taxes are likely to be the biggest expense in your life, but many people pay them without thinking about legally reducing their tax bill. Wealthy people often know about legal tax strategies that help them keep more of their money, just like Rukmini understood the power of the tulsi leaf. They hire tax advisors who show them how to minimize their taxes. One way to reduce taxes is to invest through accounts like tax savings accounts, which protect your earnings from taxes. Another way is to operate as a business instead of an individual, especially if you're a solopreneur. Understanding these rules can help you save a lot of money. Don't wait too long to invest. Once you have some savings and an emergency fund, it's important to start investing. Investing allows your money to grow over time, helping you build wealth. If you leave your money in a regular bank account, inflation will eat away at its value, just like how Satyabhama's wealth couldn't balance the scale. A good strategy is to have a mix of safe investments and riskier ones that have the potential to grow more. Start exploring different investment options as soon as you have enough savings. Don't keep more money in a bank account than you need for everyday expenses. There are always reasons people think they can't invest. Lack of time, money, or knowledge. But the longer you wait, the harder it will be to reach financial freedom. It's about finding the right tools or advice that match your comfort level with risk. How millionaires are made. Did you know that most millionaires weren't born rich? 80% of them made their own money. They weren't just lucky, they followed a set of habits every day that helped them become wealthy. I learned about these habits and applied them to my own life, which helped me triple my income, become more productive, and stop wasting time. I want to share these habits with you so you can use them in your life too. Surround yourself with positive people. The first habit is to surround yourself with great people. There's a famous saying, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." This means the people you hang out with can greatly impact your life. For example, a study found that if a friend becomes obese, you are 45% more likely to gain weight in the next 2 to 4 years. Even if a friend of a friend becomes obese, your chances of gaining weight go up by about 20%, even if you don't know that person. This shows how much our friends can influence us, not just with weight, but with other things like smoking or happiness. So, to succeed, be careful about who you spend time with. Ensure you're around people who support your goals and encourage you to be your best. Step out of your comfort zone. The second habit is to regularly push yourself out of your comfort zone. When my friend started her YouTube channel, she asked for my advice. If I had discouraged her, she would not have started the channel. She was nervous when she posted her first videos, and as the channel grew, some people I knew made fun of her. This made it hard to keep going, but she had to decide whether to quit or keep pushing forward. She learned that to achieve anything in life, she has to face uncomfortable situations and challenges. If she had stayed in her comfort zone and quit, she wouldn't be where she is today. It's essential to challenge yourself, even if it's scary, because that's how you grow and discover your true potential. Don't let the fear of missing out control you. The third habit is to avoid the fear of missing out. Fear of missing out happens when you feel pressured to do what everyone else does, like going out, buying new things, or living a particular lifestyle. It can be hard to resist, but giving in to the fear of missing out can stop you from achieving bigger goals in the long run. For example, the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill says that the first step to achieving anything is having a strong desire. If your desires are weak, your results will be weak too. It's okay to enjoy life sometimes, but don't let fear of missing out distract you from your goals. Remember that those who seem to have it all now probably worked hard and made sacrifices to get there. Face challenges and keep going. The fourth habit is what I call the millionaire pyramid mindset. Imagine your journey to success as climbing a pyramid. As you climb higher, the path gets narrower and harder. Many people give up when things get tough, but those who keep going find greater rewards because there's less competition at the top. Failures and challenges are part of the journey to success. If you're not failing, you're not growing. What you do after failing makes the difference between success and giving up. So, when things get tough, see it as a sign that you're on the right path and keep pushing forward. Focus on solutions, not problems. The fifth habit is to focus on finding solutions, not just thinking about problems. Successful people believe every problem has a solution, no matter how difficult. Instead of worrying about why something won't work, ask yourself how to make it work. For example, When you start thinking about one problem, it's easy to get overwhelmed by all the other issues that might arise. Instead of worrying, play the what-if game with solutions. Think about how you can solve the problem and move forward. No matter how serious your problems seem, there's always a solution if you look for it. Take time to think. The sixth habit is to set aside time to think. I recently started doing something I call a think day, where I step away from work, turn off my phone, and spend the day reading, writing, and thinking about life and goals. This idea comes from Bill Gates, who started a Think Week tradition in the 1980s. He would spend a week in a remote place, away from distractions, just thinking and learning. You don't have to spend a whole week, but setting aside even one day a month can help you get a clear view of your life and ensure you're heading in the right direction. We often get so caught up in our daily routines that we forget to step back and ask ourselves where we're going and how to get there more efficiently. Conclusion. Start building these habits today. The story of Satyabhama and Rukmini teaches us that wealth isn't just about money, it's about understanding what truly matters and prioritizing it. By surrounding yourself with positive people, stepping out of your comfort zone, avoiding fear of missing out, facing challenges, focusing on solutions, and taking time to think, you can start building a better future for yourself. I hope you find these habits helpful and can apply them to your own life, just as the lessons from Indian mythology can guide us in making better choices. Please subscribe to our channel, like and share, and press the bell icon. Thank you, and goodbye.